Most people don't know this, but Liberia, a nation once overlooked in global shipping, is now laying the groundwork for one of West Africa's most ambitious infrastructure transformations. With a staggering $400 million port expansion underway, Liberia isn't just upgrading its docks. It's aiming to position Monrovia as the region's leading maritime hub. Some even believe this bold move could someday rival the legendary efficiency of Singapore. But how realistic is that? What exactly is Liberia doing? And why are global logistics experts paying attention? Stick around, because in this video, we'll break down the facts, trace the international deals, and explain why this project could reshape global shipping routes. And before we dive in, be sure to subscribe if you're passionate about Africa's rising mega-projects and global development news. Let's rewind and lay the foundation for why this moment matters. Since 1948, Liberia's Freeport of Monrovia, located on Bushrod Island, has served as the nation's busiest gateway for imports and exports. The National Port Authority, NPA, operates the port, which handles everything from petroleum and food staples to iron ore, rubber, and general cargo. Structurally, the port consists of 4 key piers and a dock that have supported national trade for decades. Yet while major shipping hubs around the globe modernized and scaled up, Monrovia's port remained largely unchanged. Over time, congestion grew, delays mounted, and aging infrastructure impacted efficiency. This persistent backlog made it clear: Liberia's maritime backbone was fragile. Back in 2012, Liberia tried to address these problems. APM Terminals, a leading global port operator, signed a 25-year concession to upgrade the Freeport. Their goal was to modernize the docks and logistics, and while this brought improvements, they weren't enough. As West African economies grew and demand surged, bottlenecks returned with new intensity. Enter the Boakai administration and its arrest policy, accelerating recovery, reconciliation, and economic self-sufficiency. By 2024 and 2025, the government launched sweeping reforms. Contracts were awarded not only for Monrovia's port dredging and modernization, but also for the ports in Buchanan and Greenville. The aim? Build a robust maritime system that transforms Liberia from an underdeveloped outlier into a regional conduit for trade. Let's look at this, the $400 million transformation, and break down the plan. In May 2025, Liberia finalized a landmark deal with Tanga Med Engineering, the Moroccan engineering powerhouse linked to North Africa's most advanced port. This partnership isn't about minor renovations. It's about completely reimagining Liberia's port operations in Monrovia and Buchanan with a bold $400 million investment. So, what will be included in the plan? First, we have terminal expansion. Both the container and general cargo terminals will be significantly enlarged to accommodate larger and more modern ships. This step is not just an upgrade, it's a necessity. Currently, Liberia's port infrastructure cannot handle high-capacity vessels, which severely restricts the volume and scale of international trade. By expanding terminal space and upgrading loading systems, the country aims to become a more competitive player in regional and global shipping markets. Second comes deep water dredging. The ocean floor around the port will be deepened to allow seamless access for megaships that require greater draft depth. This critical adjustment brings Liberia in line with international shipping standards and opens the door to more transoceanic routes, ensuring the port remains relevant in the rapidly evolving logistics ecosystem. Third, the integration of smart port systems will revolutionize port operations. These systems include customs automation, real-time cargo tracking, and intelligent traffic control. These technologies aim to eliminate excessive delays, streamline operations, curb inefficiencies, and reduce opportunities for corruption. Next are security improvements. The upgrades will comply with international standards, such as the ISPS code, by incorporating modern scanning technology, advanced surveillance systems, and strict access control. These measures will significantly strengthen the port's safety, transparency, and overall reliability. Then, there's green energy integration. As the global push towards sustainability continues, Liberia's port is following suit. The project includes the installation of solar panels, energy-efficient lighting, and other eco-friendly equipment. These additions will lower emissions, reduce energy costs, and help the port qualify for green financing opportunities. Funding comes from more than just Liberia's treasury. International development partners, regional financial institutions, and multilateral banks are supporting the project with guarantees and loans. The NPA is leading implementation, but this is clearly a shared regional and global effort. So why bring in a Moroccan partner to develop a West African port? The answer lies in the example set by Tanga Med itself. Nestled at the entrance to the Mediterranean near Gibraltar, Tanga Med is one of Africa's fastest-growing and most sophisticated ports. It processes over 7 million TEUs annually, linking North Africa to Europe, the Americas, and Asia, with efficiency and scale. Its engineering branch, Tanga Med Engineering, now exports this wealth of expertise across the continent. Their credentials include comprehensive digital port systems, rail port integration, and pioneering energy-efficient design. This Liberia-Morocco collaboration didn't emerge overnight. In November 2024, Liberia signed a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, with Marsa Maroc, Morocco's state-held port operator. That agreement initiated a structured public-private partnership, PPP, setting the stage for structural upgrades at Monrovia and Buchanan. By working with Tanga Med Engineering, Liberia isn't experimenting. It's applying a proven model with a track record of success on the continent. This also dovetails with the emerging Morocco-Africa Port Corridor, a strategy combining regional ports for streamlined maritime logistics and economic cooperation. What's the strategic importance of this port? First and foremost, it's about supporting Liberia's landlocked neighbours. Countries like Mali, Guinea, and Burkina Faso lack direct access to the sea, which complicates trade and inflates transportation costs. A fully modernised Freeport of Monrovia, capable of handling large volumes of cargo efficiently, could become a vital logistics hub for these inland nations. By offering a cost-effective and reliable shipping alternative, Liberia has the opportunity to become a preferred transit corridor, attracting new shipping lines that are actively seeking economically viable routes into West Africa's interior. Secondly, this project aims to drive digital transformation. By introducing advanced cargo tracking systems and automated customs clearance, Liberia can drastically reduce processing times at the port. These technologies also help to minimize bureaucratic bottlenecks and deter corruption, all while improving operational transparency. As a result, the port becomes more attractive to global logistics firms, increasing both traffic and revenue. Another critical element is sustainability. The project includes plans to power parts of the port with renewable energy. This not only aligns Liberia with global climate targets, but also opens doors to green financing, carbon markets, and long-term cost savings, making the infrastructure more resilient and future-proof. Finally, there's the geopolitical dimension. Although Morocco is leading the current upgrade, Liberia signed a maritime cooperation agreement with China under the Belt and Road Initiative in September 2024. This signals a broader openness to strategic international partnerships, positioning Liberia as a rising player in global shipping networks. Liberia is no longer just an Atlantic outpost. It's becoming a strategic pivot point in international maritime trade. Now let's tackle the burning question. Can Liberia's port transformation really compete with the likes of Singapore? Singapore's port isn't just successful, it's legendary. It ranks consistently among the world's busiest and most efficient ports, handling more than 41 million TEUs annually. The Southeast Asian city-state has turned shipping into a science, with automated cranes, AI-powered scheduling, and smart logistics systems that move goods faster than any competitor. Its Tuas megaport, still under construction, aims to become the largest fully automated port in the world by 2040. Compared to that, Liberia's infrastructure is in its infancy. But what makes this comparison valuable is not current capacity, it's trajectory. Liberia isn't claiming to be Singapore today. Instead, it's planting the seeds of a long-term transformation. Here's how Liberia is emulating some of the core pillars that made Singapore great. Strategic location. Like Singapore's role in connecting East-West trade, Liberia could serve as a crucial Atlantic gateway for West and Central Africa, especially for landlocked economies. Automation and digitization. Liberia is integrating smart customs systems and digital cargo tracking, making its ports faster and more secure. Public-private partnerships, PPP. Similar to how Singapore partnered with global logistics giants, Liberia is working with Tanga Med Engineering to access world-class maritime expertise. Future expansion planning. Officials have hinted that after Monrovia and Buchanan, upgrades in Greenville and Harper will follow, essentially linking the Liberian coast into a strategic port chain. This mirrors Singapore's continuous scaling of its port capacity over decades. No, Liberia doesn't need to outpace Singapore in size. What it needs is to become the Singapore of West Africa, a benchmark of efficiency, strategy, and influence in its region. That vision, while ambitious, is no longer out of reach. Of course, no grand plan is without its obstacles. This port expansion, while bold, faces serious risks that must be managed to succeed. Firstly, there is the issue of funding sustainability. While the current $400 million investment marks a significant and commendable step forward, it is just the beginning. Ports are not static entities. They are living systems that require continuous reinvestment to remain competitive. From maintenance and technological upgrades to expansion phases and modern port equipment, Liberia will face recurring financial demands. Securing sustainable, diversified sources of funding is critical. Overdependence on a single donor or lender increases vulnerability. Liberia must be cautious not to fall into long-term debt traps or tie itself to unfavorable terms that limit its economic flexibility in the future. Next comes governance and corruption. In many African nations, the root cause of port inefficiencies lies not in infrastructure but in poor governance. If Liberia fails to implement strong oversight, transparent procurement processes and anti-corruption mechanisms, any upgrade may end up being superficial. Without accountability, funds can be mismanaged, contracts abused, and operations stalled. This not only undermines development, but can also drive away investors who demand reliability and governance stability. Infrastructure connectivity is another major concern. A state-of-the-art port is ineffective if it is not supported by reliable transport networks. Efficient road systems, cross-border infrastructure, and customs corridors are essential. For Liberia to compete as a regional logistics hub and attract cargo from landlocked countries like Mali and Guinea, seamless inland connectivity must be developed in tandem with port upgrades. Otherwise, the ports may remain underutilized and miss their full potential. The shortage of a skilled workforce also poses a challenge. Modern port operations are increasingly digital and technologically complex. Managing these systems requires trained engineers, IT specialists, logistics experts, and customs officers who are adept in smart technologies. Liberia must prioritize human capital development by investing in education, vocational training, and technical programs tailored to the logistics sector. Without a capable workforce, even the best infrastructure could fail to deliver results. Lastly, geopolitical tensions cannot be ignored. As international partners like Morocco, China, and others show growing interest in Liberia's port development, the country must tread carefully. Aligning too closely with one foreign partner may invite friction or dependency. Liberia must maintain strategic independence, ensuring that all partnerships are built on mutual benefit and long-term national interests. Deals should be carefully crafted to strengthen Liberia's sovereignty and infrastructure, not just fill short-term funding gaps. These challenges are real, but not insurmountable. Other nations have overcome similar hurdles. With the right planning and execution, Liberia can too. So what does all of this mean? Liberia's $400 million port transformation isn't just about concrete and cranes. It's a vision. It's about reclaiming a place in global trade. It's about ensuring that Africa's Atlantic coast no longer stands in the shadows of European or Asian shipping giants. With smart partnerships like the one with Tanga Med, forward-thinking sustainability choices, and growing international interest from entities like China, Liberia is shaping up to become more than just a port of entry. It's positioning itself as a maritime gateway for an entire sub-region. This isn't a one-year project. It's a multi-decade journey, just like Singapore's was. But Liberia is making the right first moves, and in the world of logistics, momentum matters. The global shipping industry rewards countries that think ahead, integrate technology, and eliminate red tape. And Liberia is finally stepping into that arena. The road ahead will be tough, mistakes will be made. But if Liberia stays the course, strengthens its institutions, and invests in its people, it just might become the shipping powerhouse West Africa has been waiting for. If you found this video insightful, make sure to like, share and subscribe for more eye-opening reports on Africa's rising megaprojects and the forces shaping tomorrow's economies. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Liberia has what it takes to rival the global shipping elite? Or will the risks outweigh the rewards? Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay inspired. Big things are happening in Africa, and you don't want to miss a single update.